This is the last of the series of naming and writing formulas for acids. So the first thing we're going to do is look at writing formulas from names for binary acids. Remember, binary acids contain only two kinds of elements, hydrogen being one, and then the root part of the word would indicate what the second element is. So for this first one, we have hydrogen. Iodic means it's going to have iodine. Once you write the symbols down, then you want to see if you need subscripts. So iodine is in the group 7A, which has a -1 charge. Hydrogen is going to always have a +1 charge. So in this particular case, for hydroiodic acid, you do not need additional subscripts. If you look at the next one, we have hydro, which means you've got hydrogen, and phosphoric acid. So our second element is going to be phosphorus. Phosphorus has a -3 charge. So that means that we would need a 3 on our hydrogen. Our next one, we have hydrogen carbonic. Obviously, our second element is carbon. Carbon's in the group 4A, so it's going to have a -4 charge. So that means hydrogen would need a 4 here. And lastly, our hydrotelluric acid. You've got your hydrogen, tellurium. It's in the same column with aluminum, so you would need to have a 3 here. For oxoacids, remember you've got to look at the ending of the name and also if there is a prefix. So in this particular case, we have a per and an ic acid. So remember the ic acid part tells us that we have the standard polyatomic ion. So for chloric, that would be the chlorate ion. The chlorate ion is ClO3 with a -1 charge. But I have a per on the front, so that means I actually used the ClO4 with a -1 charge for the perchloric acid. Then I'm going to put that with my hydrogen. Again, checking to see if I need subscript. So this whole thing has a -1 charge. Hydrogen's a -1. I do not need additional subscripts for the perchloric acid. So it'll be HClO4. For the nitrous acid, my standard polyatomic ion that looks most like this would be the nitrate ion. So nitrate, remember, is NO3 with a -1 charge. If I have an OUS acid, that's telling me that I have one less oxygen than I would normally have in the 8 polyatomic ion. So I put my my hydrogen with my NO2 this time because I need to remove one oxygen. And then again, look at the charges. So the nitrous or the nitrite ion here would have a -1 charge, +1, so I don't need additional subscripts here either. On this one, I have hypochromous acid. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. So for my chromous, that would be the chromate ion. The chromate ion is CrO4 with a -2 charge. If it's got us acid, that means I've lost one oxygen. If I have hypo, it means I've lost a second oxygen, so I need to lose 2 oxygens from my chromate ion. I'll put that with my hydrogen, so it'll be CrO2. It still has a -2 charge, meaning that my hydrogen would also need to have the 2 to balance it off to a 0 charge. And then finally, my iodic acid. In this particular case, it'd be the iodate ion. So my iodate ion is IO3 with a -1 charge. Since it's the standard, because it has the ic acid ending, that would be the 8 polyatomic ion. All I have to do is put the hydrogen with the 8 ion. And since the iodate has a -1 charge, hydrogen a +1, I don't need additional subscripts here as well. So here are some that I recommend that you try, and I will come back, or you can just email me and I'll be happy to look at these with you.